Hi, hello there. Glad everyone is on board today. So, how are you guys? So I thought, that's okay, no big deal. So tell me guys, how are you today? How was your day? Well, I kept my promise. I'm a little bit late today, but I kept my promise to prepare for you guys the 5 most important tips how to pick up your dog's collar. Hey Terry, how are you? Who else is on board? I want to see some names and locations so I'm sure which direction I should look like when I'm talking. So we have Terry. Okay, Periscope is not working good. Okay, so is this my side? I didn't do any updates on my Periscope. I know Periscope sucks today. I try to keep things easy. I'm not moving a lot of pictures. Try to stay steady with my movements. Okay, so if you have any problems, let me know. Okay, so let me see who is on board today. So this is Roman with romanscanandtraining.com, and my job is to make you the best trainers for your dog and reach your dog's full potential. So here you will learn a lot of good stuff that you can use. Good. So Christine is here, and Deborah is here, and who else is here? I'll get it. I don't remember all these names, but I will. I'm promising. So it's a good time to invite any of your friends if you want, or share it on Facebook. I will soon start with my 5 tips how to choose your dog's collar. It's almost like buying shoes. You cannot just go in the market and buy shoes just because you like them. You have to fit them on. You have a good reason to buy this particular type of shoes, and you want to make sure that they fit for the rest of their lifetime. So 5 tips how to choose a dog collar. Okay, this is Roman with romanscanandtraining.com, and my scope is you to become your dog's best trainer. Question, thank you very much for the hearts. Who of you guys, tell me a little bit, what kind of collars do you have on your dogs? I want to kind of get a better picture. So maybe you want to tell me what breed of dog you have and what kind of collar do you use. Hi. Hi Gitsen, how are you? Nice to have you aboard here. So, just a nylon from my BC Cockapoo, okay. Good, Jack Russell Beagle, okay. And Border Collie, okay, 30 pounds, good. Okay. So, why did you choose that color? Just give me a picture. Why do you choose that particular color for your dog? And meanwhile, I will start with my presentation. It's really not a complicated presentation, but it's very meaningful because for no reason. Okay, just use a regular collar. He has a choke collar, good. I don't have a special collar for her. Okay, good. Just a regular collar. Good, nice to see that. The reason why I did that scope today is because lately I see all these recommendations on Facebook from these groups I'm joining, and most of you guys are from these groups, that easily people will recommend, oh, just put a choke collar, oh, just put a prong collar, or why don't you use the e-collar? That's easy stuff. You don't need to think about it. Your dog will immediately behave well. So I thought it was a reason enough to go deep into why do I choose a collar? What is the reason of me choosing a collar? What is the cause and effect of my collar in action? And how do I help my dog behave better? Okay, so thank you very much for that. Good, no connection. Good. I see on my side, I kind of get, I'll show you here. I kind of I'm cheating. I have another account here so I can see what's going on. So if I see something is freezing, I will literally stop periscoping and just wait for you guys to catch up. So I will have my scope here. I won't set it to learn how to be calm when walking and learn self-control. Yes, we do that, kitten. We'll work on that. So one part of why we choose a collar is to find the reason and find the proper collar. Yes, exactly. Be happy for that. So, let's get you guys started. If you want, you can share with your friends. You can invite them so they, I mean, it's a secret, but you can share that secret. I think everybody should have the right to know what colors to use on his dog. So I want you guys to move on here. Let's go to, oop, who's that? Yeah, you know this guy, right? This is my favorite guy here. You can see his tongue is really happy. This is Huck. Yeah, the Perry dog. And then we have here this German Shepherd mix, right? And we have this Hound mix. Oh, who's that? Look at this guy. Oh, he's like, oh, are you talking about me, right? Come on, Huck. Good. So say hi, Huck. Oh my goodness, look at these hearts you get. Like 100,000, 50,000, 300,000 hearts. Yeah, more hearts. Huck. Yeah, Huck has a, okay, who recognizes this kind of collar? Who can name this kind of collar? So that's kind of a flashlight for Huck because he's a black dog and black dogs at night kind of not shining. Okay, so this is a reflective collar. Okay, and this has his tag, and here is the proof that this is Huck. Okay, no cheating. Okay, this is a real Huck. Okay. Okay, coming back in. Okay, no worries. If I see somebody disappearing, I wait for you guys. I will go really slow and I do my screen changes really slow. Okay, so step number 1. Are you ready for this? Yeah, 5 point to choose the right color for your dog. Let's make sure we have a nice and clean screen. Okay, you can take screenshots. I would wait until the end. There are only really 5 points, but these are really important points. Okay, let me freeze the screen here. Okay. Yeah, I think I have an issue here. Good. That's better. Sorry for this breaking up thing. Better. Okay. I don't have a big problem with Periscope. Now I have a problem with keeping my screen clean. Okay. Let's see. Camera around so you know who does all this stuff with you guys, who's torturing you with this blurry screen. Okay, let's get you started. The first point that I would like you to consider when you get your dog a collar, again, is the reason. Exactly, we want the reason. Why do we need a collar? Okay, I keep it this way. I think it's better like that. So the number 1 point to choose a collar is the reason. So there are basically 3 reasons you want to choose a collar. Yes, okay. What else? Who else want to give me a reason why to choose a color? And I will torture you here with this blurry screen. I'm sorry for that. Good. The first thing is the reason why I would choose the color. The reason why you choose the color is because you have three options. The first one is a training. So you choose the color to train your dog. The next reason you want to choose a color is just to walk your dog. You don't need to train your dog, you just want to choose to walk your dog. And the third reason you may have is basically to show your dog. And for these reasons, they have one common thing: you want to restrain. So the first reason you want to choose your color is because you want to restrain your dog. The next reason is, why do I restrain my dog? A, do I want to train him? Do I just want to walk him? Or is it for a show? So for you who are following our breeders or showers, you know that you have special colors for the show and you have another color for home. For you guys who are in training, most of you guys have different kind of colors. Do you like to mention one of those? Okay, so let's get started with the first color. The first color basically is a buckle color. Okay? Yeah, you have a thin or a wide collar. The next reason you have a collar is because of the function. Okay, what kind of function do you want to have a collar? So if you have, for dog training, you have, depending on your dog's breed and your dog's behavior, you want to choose what kind of collar do you want. Do you want a collar for a hard dog who needs more control, or some dogs are very sensitive, so you need not a very strong collar? So it's just about restraining your dog. So the next reason you may need a collar is the function. So we talked about that almost. The function of your collar, correct? It's called prong collar, P-R-O-N-G. Is the function of the collar. What do I want to achieve with my collar? Do I want to correct my dog? Do I want to restrain my dog? Do I want to send him a message? Or I just want to hang a tag on it? Okay, so depending on the function of the collar, I will choose my collar. So the next reason is the size, right? You will have small collars, you will have big collars. Good. You want to have the proper size for your collar. A too tight collar is not a comfortable thing to do. No, that's her. The next thing you want to choose is which place your dog's collar will be sitting. Will be sitting like it's a training situation, or you will just hang around and have it looking nice. Well, I don't see harness as a collar yet. We will talk about that. So, and the fourth reason is comfort. Okay, we solved the problem of the reason, we solved the problem with the function, we solved the problem with the size, but did anybody ask my dog how it feels about my collar? Okay, so if I don't solve that problem, then most likely my dog will be very pissed on me. And the fifth point is basically hygiene. So, and this is a part that I do not want to miss when I choose my collar. How easy can I maintain my collar? Can I wash it off? Does it get dirty? Does it get microbes? I'm touching my dog like 500 times a day, and I'm touching his food, and I'm touching his paw, and I'm touching his leash, and everything goes back to the collar. Well, the collar ends up in my bed at some point. Okay, so I want to be sure that I be able to clean my collar and it doesn't become like a breeding place for all these microbes. So let's check back to a point where I have my reason. So reason number one of choosing, guys, I'm really sorry about this thing here with my screen. It really makes me angry, so let me fix that. So I know you like flowers, so I have my flowers here. My girlfriend came back after a month of missing. Now she's back here again, and I have her flowers. So let's put it back in here. I think, yeah, okay, I think that's better. right? It's less blurry, right? Do you agree with that? Yes. Good. So if you see running a dog in between the screen, sideways, yeah. My screen, well, my screen has a heartbeat because it loves you guys, because you are here and you want to learn more stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy I'm doing better Periscope if she's here. Should I turn my phone? In which direction do you want me to turn my phone? Oh, I know what you mean. Well, if I turn my phone now, then my whole video will be screwed up when I posted it. So I guess we have to kind of deal with that. Okay, let's turn back. Pulsating, I think maybe that's a better thing to do, right? Do you feel better like that? I'm not pulsating like that. I try to keep myself busy. Okay, it's fine. So, let me see. I took a video today, and unfortunately, for technical reasons, I could not upload it and have it accessible for you. But once we're done with the video, I will send you a link. I will post the link on my Facebook page, which is Dog Training Scope. You guys know already about my page. And I will have the link on the video that I did for you guys today, and it didn't function. I'm really upset about it. So the whole video is I went to a pet shop in my neighborhood. It's a really good pet shop. So I talked with the manager and I asked him, dude, I have a Periscope session today and I have my friends here and I want to tell them about collars. So he said, okay, your shop is yours. So I grabbed my dummy dog, this cute girl named Sandy. So I took I slapped her in the store, and everybody was like spooky because why does he pull his dog like that? Can it walk? And I said, guys, it's a fake dog. So having a baby working with a puppy, and he's like, can I meet your dog? And he's like, what should I say to his mom? It's not a real dog. So that was funny. Okay, so back to our first is the reason. I'm getting there, and I'm about to start talking about the reason. So back for the reason. So people have collars for different reasons. Reason number one, if you go back in the ancient times, I'm saying the date because these dates exist. 36,000 years when dogs first came with humans in contact and started creating, a job relationship. People wanted the dogs to stay in their area. So imagine these dogs were not like ours now. They were like really simple breeds, maybe few of those. Some people only met one breed at a time. I would consider this dog were like a little bit bigger than ours were now. They shrink over time. We kind of downsize them so they can fit better in our laps, right? And better with their big tongues being kissed by. So most of the dogs were difficult and working dogs. There was not such experience as dog training. So dogs have to be restrained. So they were used for working in the field. They were used for protection. They were used for hunting, and they were used for war. So every direction the dog has been used, they had a proper gear. So they had even prong collars back in time, because especially dogs who were war dogs, or they were like fighting dogs back in Rome, have also been used as fighting dogs. They have to be restrained when they're handling. So they had prong collars in a different function that they are now. They're really hurting, and the dog had to be limited as much as possible. So if they were working in the fields, or they had to transport small carriages with wood, and all this stuff, then they would have harnesses. Basically harnesses, just bigger harnesses that would sit around the neck and just pulling gear. Everything was made out of hemp or leather at this time, because that was most function. That's why there's nothing left for us to see. Most of them were kind of clothes that are tied up together, webbed clothes, and then they were harnessed and then used wood. So, I don't think somebody of you guys will have your grandfather's dog leash, right? Nobody give a bark about it. So unfortunately we only have few left, and there is a person in Germany who basically collected them. So there is a small collection of ancient, very ancient collars. So in my video there will be a picture of that ancient collars. So this guy had these collars in the late 1700s as a collection. So his wife donated it in a British museum, so they're existing. Well, you know, you hear interesting stuff here. I'm not just copy-pasting stuff from the internet. I mean, I do my research, but I want you guys to really understand what's going on here, and why do we use a collar, and what's the history of the collar, and why do people now use prong collars? Well, there's a story behind that. There is a thinking process. Why do I use a prong collar, and why do I use a choke collar, and why do I use an e-collar? Everything has a reason. So I will not blame anybody for using that things, at least to that point, because you didn't know better, but we will talk about that. So the point number one on my collar pick is, why do I need my collar? So again, back to the first stage, we need the collar for training reasons, we need the collar as a regular handling gear, or we need the collar for show purposes. So most of you guys would have a nice dog and you want to show off, right? Well, control issues is correct. So you will have a nice collar, nice functioning collar with a nice pink or blue tag with engraved all these names there. That's important. So you want to have the name on it, you want to have the state license on it, and you definitely want to have your phone number on it. Make sure the phone number is accurate, not your fax number, not your neighbor's. I will get to that. So keep your question for the end. Is harnesses better? I will talk about that. The next point that I want to reach here is the function, and we will talk also about the harnesses and the regular collars. You can take a screenshot now, a quick one, before it starts pulsating again. Okay, let's move backwards again. So we have the first reason is, the first is the reason why you have a collar, and the second one is the function. Okay, and now I'm sick of this pulsating. So the function, we have two basic functions. The first function is a non-active collar, and the other function is an active collar. So these are the two different stages. The non-active collar is just a collar, hangs in there, you just put it one together and that's it. It doesn't change condition. The active collar has different functions. The one function is to limit and to constrain. Some of them are limited, how far they constrain or how far they close, and the other one unlimited. So as a choke collar is unlimited. You choke him until basically it goes zero. The prong collar is limited. The martingale collar is limited, and most of the high quality London leashes, like the quick leashes, are limited. So limitation of how the collar is functioning is very important, or you are very experienced to limit your limitations because of the pressure you're using on it. So the function of the collar again has two actions. The one is an active collar and the other one is an inactive collar. Both collars though are pressure sensitives. So you can create a pressure on the collar and you can remove the pressure of the collar. So if you hear the word pressure on and pressure off, is how much pressure you create on the collar. It depends on you. So either way, you have an active collar or a passive collar, the amount of pressure you push on the collar is what dogs will react to. So even the most delicate collar, if you choke the dog back or if you hit the dog with his leash on his collar, basically you have a bad effect on it. So you make the collar being positive or negative in his experience is the way you use it. So you can use a prong collar and your dog will basically have a positive experience because the result it has makes him happy. You can use the choke collar the same way, but you can use the buckle collar to punish your dog by not having him next to you, but always pull on the leash. So the reason why dogs are suffering is because people don't handle these collars correctly. And this is basically my whole periscope today. How do I choose the right collar for my dog not to suffer? So our next point will be the size. Okay, here's a small reminder. So reason, function, and size. That's what I'm talking about. He's like complaining. I said, what about me? Okay, let's meet our friend. Okay, make a small break. Yeah. Hi, dude. How you doing? So, my friend here wears a collar more than any other dog I met in the past. He's wearing his collar, right? Like a good guy. Yeah, hey boy. So he has a collar 14 years. Okay? This guy has collars since he was a baby. Okay? That was 40 years ago. Okay, here's a back screen. See, this is how it looks like with me. I have my paper in my notes and my dog training styles and my backstage, and that's me, myself, and I, right? So the size is very important, because if you don't choose the right size for your dog, the problem is your dog will suffer. A too wide collar will make the collar slip down to the neck, and you have no lever, and your dog basically start pulling and sorry, he's suffering. It hurts even me. And the other reason, if you have too tight collar, it sits there, and the problem is the dogs, if they work out, the neck will swell, and they basically swell into the tight collar, meaning is they're suffering because they don't get enough oxygen in the brain. And what do you use if you have a non-thinking dog? You create a silly, non-functioning brain dog. That's sad. So you want to control your dog's collar and make sure that it fits nice. So my rule of thumb is just fit your 2 fingers between the collar and his neck and make sure that your 2 fingers are not tight. Okay, at the same time, you don't want the collar to slip over. But everything will be mentioned on that video, and don't want to go into that because we need to go through our points. Back to my super smart list, right? By the way, do you know how to get that list? Basically, you sign up on my course on my website, and you have this list for free. So the next one is comfort. Exactly. That's what I want. I want my dog to be comfortable. So a too narrow collar will not be comfortable, just because there is too much pressure going on if he pulls on the leash. A too sloppy collar who is glimping and have all these tags on it, and he comes like a Christmas tree around, and that's not comfortable either. Every time he drinks water, you see all this glimpy stuff going on, and you think like you're in Jingle Bell City. Okay, so I don't want to stick too much on the comfort zone. You know, guys, what I mean. It's like a no-brainer. Make it your dog comfortable wearing this collar. I would take it off overnight. It's not reason for him to wear the collar. I don't think overnight somebody comes in and steal your dog unless you have it in the yard. And definitely you have to microchip your dog. I want to use that opportunity. Have your dog microchip. You never know what's happening. You just need an accident. You in the car, unconscious, the dog runs off, and nobody knows whose dog it is because you unfortunately didn't have his collar and didn't have his chip up to date. And the final is hygiene. So hygiene, I want to stick on that part a little bit because unfortunately we have a carrier like on our dog of all these microbes and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, you have a dog, that's good. You want to have your dog's collar clean. So what I use is I just take a regular collar, depending on what collar I use. I have different collars. I have kind of a collar arsenal. I have my training collars and I have my regular collars. So my training collars, I wash them I think every 2 weeks, depending on how I do my washing machine stuff of my dogs. And what I do is I boil them in water. Just put them in the water, just boil them up and strain them. No soap, no nothing, because everything that I put on my collar to get it clean, it sticks in there, and then my dogs has it on it. And then what I do is I basically boil them and they're good to go. I can put a little bit of chlorine in the water while it's boiling, just a few drops, that's enough. You don't need to pour a whole glass on it. Just really few drops in the water, it just does the job. You can also even use table salt, does the job too. You can use betadine solution, like the one you wash the wounds. Just few drops in the water is poorly enough after the water is cooled down and you wash it off. The next thing you want to do is you want to check all the functionality of your collar. Make sure that everything is functioning. You have no tears, you have not rusted stuff. You don't want dirty stuff on your dog. You know, skin infections are very prone lately, and you need to watch and always check if your dog has a loose skin. You want to check the collar. If you see here, it creates like these folds. Make sure this dog is not folded here, because there he gets humid and then all of a sudden he gets an abscess because of the collar. It just gets even worse. So make sure the collar is loose. I have a pajama collar. I take off the collars and I have regular collars, so you can switch them around. You have the regular day collars with all this crimpy stuff on it, and overnight you can take it off, or if you really love the collar, just keep him a night collar, a good night collar on. So you can take him out for potty training or that. So now I'm closing the whole thing, and it wasn't really not exciting. I don't know, guys, if you had fun with the periscope. I think it was very important. I didn't see, unfortunately, too many hearts going up, so I'm really concerned. Yeah, now I feel good. Now the whole work I did today is really worth it, because I spent over 3 hours to make that presentation, including the video. Okay, so the 5-point choose your regular color is the reason why I need my collar, the function I need to use my collar, the size that goes with the dog, the comfort that definitely my dog needs to be happy about, and finally, and the most important part, is the hygiene, because I'm snuggling, I have my kids around, I have the other dogs around, and I have my hands touching on him, and then I'm eating and I'm going to bed with my dog. Well, guess what? It's the dirtiest place on my dog. So I wash my dog, I groom my dog, but I never wash my collar. So always keep your collars clean. Make sure it's not a parking lot for all these microbes and parasites that's sitting on this collar. Make sure it's clean. So a leather collar is a good thing to do because you can wash it off. It's very clean. Make sure the metals collars you use are not cheap. Use high quality collars anyway. There are very good brands out there. You can definitely Google it and check in the